You need like your own side. Yes! I've actually been waiting. We're live. Is it crooked?
No, I don't think so.
I've been waiting for this moment.
For the coffee or the show?
The show. I was so excited about it.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys.
It is Wednesday, March 25th, 2020.
2020. Everyone already wants it to be 2021.
Right. Yesterday,
Please be careful because you do like a lot of this.
Sorry. Yesterday we had a little lag between the time that we went live and the time that we actually got the show going because nobody was on yet.
I know.
And I think that we normally tell people we're gonna go on at a certain time, and then we don't.
Who's here? Hi, Richard. Oh my God, I can't see, and I don't have my phone to open it up here. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me on the comments.
So today's been an interesting day.
Yeah.
Seems like every day is an interesting day. But last night, so yesterday when we were on the show, we were talking about how Monday night when we went to bed, we had all these things going on for Tuesday.
Yeah.
We had a full agenda of things for Tuesday. She had a posing session.
Hi, Noemi.
We had our first two Zoom workouts. We were gonna work out with our friends and
Brian and Carrie. Shout out to Brian and Carrie.
Shout out to Brian and Carrie. You should listen to their show in the morning.
They're awesome, you guys. I'm gonna put a link. Good job. Oh snap! My phone's dying. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Here's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to go on your phone.
Okay. We're coming right back. We're coming right back.
I had no idea. Off. Is it fine there?
We're back. We're
back.
And I still have my cafecito.
Oh my goodness. That was interesting.
I was recording. I was telling her that my battery was low on my phone. She's like, "No, you can use my phone. My phone's awesome. I have a magic phone."
You know what? Just because he doesn't have an iPhone and he's so against the iPhone, there's always a phone fight in our house.
Anyway.
My phone is awesome, by the way.
Anyway, Monday night we went to bed. We had a full lineup of things that we were planning to do Tuesday.
Yes. Right? We went from scattered to
we were
full.
Not super scattered Monday, but
scattered.
Just a lot of confusion. So Monday night, the way Monday went, Tuesday we were full, morning till night. We had 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11. We had a 1. Then we were gonna do the show.
Yeah.
And then we had a 5.
Hi, Lourdes.
We had a 6.
You.
So we had a bunch of things lined up yesterday, right? And as of close of the day yesterday, today was going to look the same way.
Pretty much the rest of the week.
The rest of the week, we had a full lineup of things.
And we were excited. I was I love being busy.
Even within everything that's going on.
Right.
Right? And then last night, around 10 o'clock, well, I didn't see it till 9 or 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But the mayor of Miami said that he was going to do stay in place or shelter in place or whatever cool name they're calling it now. But basically it was locking everything down, right? And then I was like, well, where does Miami technically start and stop?
Yeah, we're not really in Miami.
I was on the map.
Lakes, Hialeah.
Right, so I'm on the map. I'm like, where's the grid? Where does Miami actually start and stop? And we spent the night okay, is this the beginning of how this trickles down, right? So let's not let it phase us. Let's just keep going. I'm sure in the morning when we wake up, there'll be more announcements. And then we woke up, we had some errands to run. And then little by little, things started to get interrupted. And it almost felt like our day just got wiped out from all the interruptions, right?
It almost felt like the beginning of this whole thing because when this whole thing first happened, it threw me for a loop and we had to kind of figure out, right, and adjust and how we're going to move forward. And then we had our new thing going.
Right.
We had a new routine, we had our new norm, and then, but it was still pretty flexible. We were still coming to the gym and doing our workouts and doing our work so that we can get out of the house. And then it almost felt like, no, like now we're really gonna get more strict, so that it was like, it almost felt like I was thrown for a loop again, and it's like, okay, like this happened again almost, even though it didn't technically end and start again.
Right.
I felt that same feeling.
But it almost feels like every
Hi,
couple of hours there's a new thing, right? So then we're forced to pivot.
Right.
And you know, her and I are pretty similar in the sense that, well, we adjust. Like when something happens, we adjust, we course correct.
Yeah.
The kids are very different. Like it takes Bree a long time to adjust. But the reason that we bring it up is because we had to course correct on the spot this morning.
A few times,
all day. A few times.
Really.
Like, I had a phone call with someone that was scheduled for 11, and then they moved it for tonight. But tonight I have another appointment. We have that Zoom workout at 6:30. Like, so many things have happened, right? And then about an hour ago, we saw that the mayor of Miami-Dade came on the air, and he was pissed, like with an attitude about how what he said wasn't being done. So now he was going to lay the smackdown. So he basically said, you know, the police are circulating, and if they catch too many people together, which was funny because this morning when I went to get coffee, they had, where I go to get coffee in Miami Lakes in the morning, was all taped. I think she took a picture of it. There were cones and tape around how close you could be. And check this out. So after I ordered my coffee, this guy that's usually there in the morning, and I don't know who it is.
Random.
But a random. Like, I've seen him at the place.
Okay, but you don't know him.
But I don't know him. Turns around with one of those things to take my temperature.
Thermometer.
He says, this is what it's supposed to be. It was almost like a zombie movie where they're going to check if you're a zombie, right?
Like,
and he's
what
like,
the fuck?
it's supposed to be 32, whatever.
And he puts it in
and
his
he puts
head.
it, like, he doesn't, you don't touch it. Like,
okay, first of all, if there's ever been a time for personal bubble,
right,
this is
what happened
it.
to the
Like, I'm
book?
always don't get in my bubble, personal space. Like, I'm like that always. But if there's ever a time where you don't walk up to someone and fucking get too close, it's
what
now.
happened to 6
He took
feet?
his temperature. A stranger in line getting for coffee. I couldn't get my camera out fast enough.
There
Sorry.
were 3 people. There were 3 other people, like, in the vicinity of the window. But he took the 2 ladies that were inside.
Making the coffee. They had to lean over.
He took their temperature. He took the people that were there. And then he turns around and points it at my face like a gun. He says, let me take your... It's supposed to be 32. Again, I think it was 32.2 or 32.6.
I'm so happy that it didn't happen to me because I would have snatched it.
Like, what the hell
like
is
a
going
reaction.
on? What is that?
It was weird, you guys.
But whatever. So that was the beginning of our day. And then it just trickled down after that. But the reason that I bring it up is because we have to pivot. Right? We have to adjust.
Right.
And then the mayor came on.
We got thrown off all day.
And earlier we were here doing the Zoom. And then
Zoom class at 10 a.m.
And then we came and did a live for a contest prep team. And while we were here, like looking out the window, you could see the cops just roaming around. I haven't seen a cop here. I can't tell you the last time that I saw a police officer driving around. I mean, you see them sporadically.
But it's rare.
There's a station right there. But they were just circulating around, like
one after the other.
One after the other, like looking.
It was weird. At first, I thought they were looking for someone specifically, but then when we heard the mayor say, you know, all
like
police officers are out.
Like the rest of the food place across the street. Like basically what they're saying is if they catch too many people, they'll shut the restaurant down or they'll fine the people that are there. It's intense, you know, like where's the line between, you know, the rights that you have and what they're trying to enforce.
Don't even get me started on that.
Different show.
That's its own show. This whole freaking craziness is its own show.
Not today. But today we are going to talk about compromising and how we are not compromising with this situation.
We're not compromisers.
We are not.
Period.
We are not compromisers. But
we don't believe in compromising. But before we get into compromising, we got cut off in the last video because my phone was dying. We were talking about our friends that we were going to work out with, Brian and Carrie. And we were talking about how amazing they are. They have an amazing show. Well, they used to, and then they got into a bunch of other amazing projects, and now they're back to their morning show every day at 11.
11 a.m. Brian and Carrie.
It's magic, you guys. Like, it's so golden.
She'll post it.
I'm gonna post the link
and
in
we
the
share
comments.
it always.
Yeah, it's always on our pages. We watch it every day. So definitely check it out at 11 a.m.
On Facebook?
Right, on Facebook, because you guys will love it. Okay, compromising.
Compromising. So we were talking about what we were going to go over today, and compromising is just one of those things that we look at a little bit different, right? Because, and I think this started, or at least the way I remember it, when we started dating, because I just don't believe in compromising. Like, I don't believe in compromising the way people like articulate it, because it's always like, if you're compromising, someone's always going to be either doing something they don't want to do, or unhappy, or losing out.
And I guess that's the definition of compromising.
Right. But I just don't think that we need to, if everything is clear and everything is put on the table. And I think that that's why people end up compromising, because they don't really say what's on their mind.
And I think compromising leads to a lot of resentment.
Because later down the road, if you are always compromising, right?
So let's give an example.
I'll give you an example of when you're not supposed to compromise. I am the coach, and I say, we're going to do push-ups, you're going to run, and you're going to squat, and there is no compromise.
Hi, Nancy.
Period. That is the way it's going down.
Okay.
But I'll give you a different example. I think the first time was like during the holidays. I am not a big make me go to somebody's house because it's the holidays and you're supposed to type person.
And you're supposed to see
family that you don't
see or don't care.
I'm not a you're supposed to. If I went to visit you, I really wanted to be there. Like, so during the holidays, perfect. During the holidays,
That
and
was
if you're
really fucking loud.
Sorry, and if you're a member of our workout family, you've heard this story. We don't do turkey, right, for Thanksgiving, but we don't do turkey because I've never been to a restaurant ever, and ordered turkey ever. So
no one really fucking likes turkey.
Some people do.
But not like that.
But, so one year I was thinking, I'm like, why are we going to have turkey again? Like, that's just not something that I want. Like, I am going to be just as grateful during Thanksgiving.
We have a meeting at 6 p.m. today.
Okay. I am going to be just as grateful for Thanksgiving if I have a steak that I actually really want, instead of the turkey that I have to have because that's what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. So at home, we don't compromise Thanksgiving dinner because of something you're supposed to do.
We don't do things because.
Right.
Because you're supposed to, because you have to.
So back to the holiday thing. Like,
so on Thanksgiving, we make whatever we want. So like, I love mac and cheese and like cornbread. So we'll do some sides like that, but we always do steak. Or he did like a lobster truffle mac and cheese once. Like, we'll make a feast and we'll be just as grateful eating things that we actually enjoy and not eating turkey or ham because that's what you're supposed to.
Right. Or like one year she was like, oh, we got to go to my mom's for Christmas.
Yeah.
I was like,
a long time ago.
I don't think so, you know. I really don't want to go. Like, oh, but you're supposed to. I'm like, but why am I supposed to? You know, I'm not going to be happy there.
Right.
I'm not going to be happy after. I'm not going to be happy from now until that moment comes. Like, there is so much unhappiness behind that. Why am I, going
to spend my time?
Why am I going to do something that I really don't want to do? So,
yes.
So we decided that instead of compromising, what we would do is talk about it, right? Mm-hmm. And if it makes sense, it makes sense. And either way, if she wanted to go, or if I want to go do something else, we just go do something else. Mm-hmm. But the whole idea of like, oh, last week we saw the movie that you wanted, so this week we're going to see the movie that I want.
Right.
Listen, I'm going to watch the movie that I want to watch, and if she wants to do it, it'll be awesome.
Like, he loves superhero movies. I can't stand them. Like, I really can't. I'm not a movie person to begin with. I like shows.
She can't commit long term. She needs to get to know the character. And it takes her a while.
Yeah, like if we start a new series of something, it takes me a good like 10 episodes before I'm like invested, right?
And then she's all in.
And then I get really angry because they end the show randomly. But anyway, that's another day. But he loves superhero movies and I don't like them. So why am I going to sit and, first of all, those movies are long as fuck. Like that's like Titanic. Like they're like 3-4 hours long. You have to wait till the end to see all the names because there's always something after. Not my thing. But he can go. Right. And it's not going to make me upset. It's going to make me happy that I get to not do that.
Right.
And he's happy because he doesn't have to worry about me being there and not being happy. So he goes and he has an amazing experience. I'll let you tell them how you did it the last time. And everyone wins.
Yeah.
Period.
It's a win-win.
we don't have to go to a movie together.
And likewise, if there's a movie that she wants to see and it's not my jam, it's like,
right.
We've
what
actually.
What did you do for your last movie? Tell me.
So I think the last time that I went to the movies by myself was for Avengers. I went at 8 a.m. because that was the best time to go. I also
You were really busy and
I was really busy and I didn't want to be in a
there.
crowded theater. And when those tickets came out, they were hard to get. So I found an 8 a.m. I went to Cine Bistro. I had a steak for breakfast at my seat.
If you guys haven't been to Cine Bistro, I picked.
Legit.
You will never watch a movie any other way.
I had the
it's
best
like
time.
The best.
It didn't interrupt anyone. I got to see the movie I wanted to see. No one felt like they had to go do it, and then in the afternoon, now I gotta go do something else because they did that. Like, there's no back and forth. Is basically what we're getting at.
And we started even with. I know that the family stuff sometimes can be tricky. The first year that I said we have to go to my mom's house, I didn't want to go either, but I think I went by myself. And then the second, then I haven't been back since, just because it's crazy. But, I never was like, oh my God, how come he doesn't want to do the thing? Were they going to spend this time apart? No, he shouldn't do anything that he doesn't want to.
Which is why we get along.
Yeah.
We this goes both ways.
Yeah, totally.
Listen, everybody does their thing different, and we're not telling you to do
compromising will ruin your happiness and your relationship eventually.
Yeah,
is what I
honestly, we're just talking about what we do. Same way we talk about the way we diet and the way that we work out and
now
stuff like
there
that.
are some key things that can cause major problems, like the way that you see parenting or the way that you want to parent your kids. That's something that I think sometimes you need to not compromise, let me do what I don't want, but really try to understand the other side.
Right.
I think a movie or going to someone's house is very small.
But I think here's the main thing. One of my most valued things, it is, but one of my most valued things is communication.
Yeah.
Right? I appreciate communication, so I try to communicate as efficiently and as effectively and as clearly as possible so that there are never misunderstandings or misinterpretations. And then this way, my message is always delivered in a way that helps the other person understand. That's how I talk to the kids, and that's how I talk to her, and that's how I talk to everybody in our workout family, because it's just one of those things that I want to make sure that the message is going out the right way. And I think when you're tiptoeing around what you're trying to say, because you're afraid of what the other person might think, it always comes off a weird way. Yeah. So when we make a decision at home, it's always really clear. Here's what I think, here's what she thinks, and it's it doesn't necessarily mean, well, let's do it that way because last time we did it my way. It's more of a, does this make sense or not? Right. And
I don't think we do any, and again, everyone's dynamic is different, right? Whatever works for you, but I don't think we do any compromising ever, and I don't think that we do any, well, let's agree to disagree.
Yeah.
It's just, it has to be kind of drilled until it's clear on both sides.
Right.
And even if I don't understand, it won't be because I don't understand what you're saying or where you're coming from. It just might be because I'm a different human.
Yeah.
And it might not vibe with what I'm thinking or feeling. But if I at least understand fully what you're saying and where you're coming from, then I can make whatever call or decision on my end, and you can make whatever call or decision on your end, and there is no compromising or hard feelings or resentment or anything like that, because at the very least, everything was communicated clearly.
Yes, and as a result of that...
Does that make sense? Are we rambling?
I think we are, but as a result of that...
Tell us, you guys. We have so many people here in relationships.
As a result of the reason
Do you guys compromise?
Wait, no, I'm going to tell you, I didn't tell her this.
Oh, shit, here we go.
I didn't tell her this. But the reason that I bring that up is because yesterday, I think yesterday or the day before, one of the things that they've noticed during this pandemic is the rate of divorce going up.
I heard that things like this make people's real, true colors come out.
Well, no. But
it's untangling,
not because of that.
Lights,
not because of that.
Okay.
Because of the amount of time that couples were forced to spend together.
Oh, shit, that's right.
And that is why I bring it up. Because her and I spend all day, every day together.
24/7.
By choice.
Yeah.
And
it's not one of those oh my God, because I love you. I do love him. But it's we enjoy each other's company and conversations, as human beings.
So our life really hasn't changed much with this lockdown.
Not at all. Like, we work together, we live together, we do everything together unless one of us doesn't want to do something, then go and do it yourself.
Right. We're not like, listen,
And that's what I meant. We're not like attached to the hip, like we can't do something apart, but we genuinely enjoy everything that we get to do.
So, but I wanted to bring that up because I read that yesterday. I think it was last night. The rate of divorce in China was through the roof after this. And that is one of the things that they are predicting is going to happen. Because people are forced to stay at home and be with each other, where normally a lot of people only spend a couple hours a day together, because of work.
That is so interesting.
Everybody goes to work all day, and you see your significant other for a little bit in the afternoon. If even that, because everybody's got so many things going on, that the actual time spent on the average day is minimal.
Yeah, kind of like with the kids, like why everyone's going crazy that their kids are home. And again, I'm not for a second saying that homeschooling or spending all day with your kids is ideal for every family. Everyone's got a different schedule. Before we eventually got to this point, was the first to be like, gotta go to school, we gotta put them somewhere, so I get it. But it is definitely forcing everyone to stay together, and it's driving people a little bit crazy. And if you think about it, this is a person, a human, another human being that you chose to build a life with and to create life with. There's nothing you should want more than to spend all of this extra time with the person you chose and the people you created. I mean, to me, like...
It's probably because we haven't been together long. That's what people are going to say. Yeah. But guess what? If you multiply the actual time that we spend together, we probably outrank most people.
We've been together 7 years, but we have lived a lifetime of sicknesses.
24/7, 365, baby.
7 years since day one.
Do the math.
I know. How much time is that?
Do the math. Well, what I just said. Yeah. If you work till, let's say, 6 and you get home at 7 and you're with your partner from 7
to 11.
10.
Okay.
3 hours a day. At the end of the week, you've spent a day together.
For real.
Come on.
What do you guys think?
Time in.
Time in and lots of life events.
Anyway, so that was our thing on compromising. And
I want to know what you guys think about compromising.
She always wants to know what
I always do, because you know what? I like when this goes back and forth.
Yeah. I do want to touch a little bit on what we started the conversation which was pivoting. It probably will change and pivot again, and I hate to change the conversation altogether, but I do want to make sure that we stay in line with the things that we talk about here, and it will change again, and you will just have to adjust.
Yeah.
Adjust your workout time. I think that we've figured out something really good for the workout stuff, right? We've done 3 classes so far on Zoom, and everybody at home has gone through the entire workout. So I think that we have figured that out. As long as you have a computer or a phone and you have internet access and you can get on Zoom, boom, we can take you through a workout.
Yeah.
So
and it's going to be killer too. Don't think it's going to be like...
if you can't make it to one of those times, I've been sending workouts all the time that you could follow at home. Pivot. You got to pivot and adjust, because that is the new norm. And listen, the second they loosen up the reins and if they even breathe in a way that makes me believe that we could open, the doors will
We're opening.
Hands down. Like,
we're dying to go back to normal.
Yeah, so
we love our normal.
But I think that it's important that everybody take a second and come to terms with all of the adjustments that we all need to make. Because listen, this is the first time that we are all on the same boat, right?
This is the time to be flexible.
This is the time, flexible dieting.
I know.
Yeah,
flexible with your schedule.
Flexible with your schedule, flexible with your time, flexible with your approach.
Patient with your kids and husbands.
Use what works and eliminate what doesn't.
Yes.
So if the old routine doesn't work anymore, get rid of it and start a new one.
And this is temporary, so enjoy it while you can, all the time. The not necessarily being at work every day. All these shifts that we're going through almost can be like a little vacation. It's all about how you look at it. Because then things will go back to normal and hectic, and 3 weeks, we'll all be excited at first, but then a month in, people will be like, oh my God, I'm so tired, I have no time.
I do want to talk about something.
Oh, here we go.
She's always worried because...
I'm not. You're always worried about what I'm going to say. He's always worried.
I do want to talk about something. I do have a beef. I have one beef that I am willing to express publicly because I have a lot.
He's got a lot, and he runs them by me before he posts them.
But I keep them to myself, okay? Because listen, my opinion is my opinion, and no one has to agree with it but me and her, and it's all good. But I do have one that I am willing to express publicly, and it was the one that we saw earlier today. The fact that someone would comment with the address of the restaurant.
Oh my God! If you guys don't know what he's talking about.
So when the mayor was saying that he was going to close the restaurants if the police caught you there were people posting the names and addresses of restaurants that had little tables outside. And one lady was like, "Last night I drove by and there were 3 people outside eating."
At this place.
Give me
I'm like, get a fucking life, lady.
Listen, you don't know if those 3 people were police officers. You don't know if those 3 people were working at the hospital. You don't know if they were working for the fire department. You don't know. But you were compelled and inclined to turn that restaurant in because you drove by and there were 3 people there and you don't even know what was going on.
Get a life. What do you guys have to say about that?
My goodness. Of all of the things that is driving me nuts, that one is driving me nuts
the most.
Because it's not the first time. I scrolled up a little bit and she was not the only one. There were a bunch of people that were like, "Oh, this restaurant's still open. Oh, Mayor, you gotta drive by Kendall on this street. This place is still open." Like, give me a freaking break.
Yeah. If you have a problem, stay home. Like, if you think that this is so crazy and deadly,
get off the internet,
and you're gonna die, then fucking stay home. Like, that's it. Don't worry about anyone else that's out. Stay home, protect yourself. That's it.
Yeah, because guess what? Hold on, I'll tell you what. If that is the case, if you're afraid for yourself, you don't have to go back out. Stay home. Lock yourself in.
Yeah.
Don't come out.
Ever again.
Ever. Don't come out. Stay home.
Oh my God.
But that one is driving me nuts.
People are such a-holes. I agree.
That one is driving me nuts. Because the truth is, listen, that business is listen, you don't know. They're trying to stay open.
Yeah.
They were trying to make, listen, what if the people that you turned in closed and that was the only place in that area that was open and the 3 people that you saw eating last night were in the middle of a long shift and that was the only time they got to eat. And you're like, well, they're open, 6 feet apart, stay away.
Yeah.
It's not cool. Not cool at all.
It's so uncool.
But
I'm going to share the picture.
that is my only public rant for now.
I just shared the picture, you guys.
But if you would like me to share others, I can. I have a few.
He's got plenty. What else?
I think that's it for today.
I think that's it. We have a 6:30 Zoom. We will continue to do our show here every day at 3-ish.
3-ish is a better time.
Yeah.
Because what that means is that if something happens on the way here, we can...
I agree. Noemi says the solution for them as individuals is to stay home.
Yeah.
Simple. Super simple.
Things are super simple. They always are.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Anyway.
We'll have,
But 3-ish. Because, like today, I'll give you an example. We went to get cafecito.
And Nutella.
There was a little delay there. So 3-ish is better for us than 3 on the dot. Even though Monday we made it on the dot. And Tuesday. No, Tuesday was at 12.
Tuesday was at 12.
We were already here.
Monday we made it on the dot.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. All right, so it looks like my schedule just, there was a text that came through.
Yeah.
My schedule just changed again.
So, well, not really, because you have a 6:30 Zoom.
Oh, that's right.
So, 10 a.m. Zoom workout for our members, 6:30 p.m. Zoom workout for our members, 3 p.m. show. Let us know what you want us to talk about. I love that we got a little bit more personal.
Yeah, well, listen, we've never done the show every day, and I think that as we do it more, we'll get a little more personal. And that's why we wanted to do this kind of show.
Yeah.
Because usually, if you get an email from us, you get a workout, you get a diet thing.
Straight business.
That's usually what we talk about all the time. So this was a cool chance to not talk about that.
Yeah. We didn't
talk about other stuff.
I know.
Yeah, we talked about the kids yesterday.
That's right.
Who knows what we'll come up with tomorrow? It'll be interesting.
All right, you guys. It was awesome.
It was great to see all of you.
Tomorrow.
Enjoy your Wednesday, guys.
That's right, hump day.
Happy hump day.